Uh-oh. Alright. There we are. You talking? Hi. Let me see if I can get this camera set up right. This is an impromptu live. We'll see how long it goes. We are in Maryland. We are at the playground. Baby sister's right here. Baby Joy Chaser's over there running around. I'll show you him in a little bit. So between the two of them, we'll see how long I can be on here. Hi, I'm not sure who's watching. I see someone watching with me. Say hi in the chat so I know if I can say hi back, right? And we can have a conversation. Hi, Miss Jessica. So, happy Indigenous People Day. She's definitely my twin. Yes, it's funny to look at someone else and see your face. But I definitely see it sometimes. So we are in Maryland. We did not quite a spontaneous trip, but an unplanned trip down here because my uncle, who lives on the West Coast, came to the East Coast. So we decided to drive down from Philly to see him because he's never met Baby Joy Chaser or Baby Sister. The last time that I saw him, I was pregnant with Baby Joy Chaser. So we came down, and so we're just hanging out at the local playground for a little bit today before we go back to my house. You say hi? You see yourself? You see yourself? So she will be 4 months tomorrow, I think. What's today? Today is the 10th. She'll be 4 months and 2 days. So figure I'll do a little update as much as I can for however long they let me chat on here. So she is doing wonderful. I'll probably have to do another more organized video once I have planned some notes, but just off the top of my head, she's doing great. I'm not sure how much she weighs, but at her 2-month checkup that actually ended up taking place when she was 3 months old, she was like, I think 12 pounds. So I think she might be, 14 pounds maybe, 15, I'm not sure how much weight she's gained. But I call her my little sack of potatoes because when you first pick her up, she seems light, especially when you be used to picking up, a big 4-year-old. But then once you carry her around for a few minutes, it's like, oh my gosh, you are heavy. So it's kind of like, you go to the supermarket and you pick up a sack of potatoes. It don't feel that heavy unless you have to carry it around the supermarket the whole time, right? Then it's heavy. So that's how she is. I do think she's teething. I don't know if you could see this drool that she has going on. Sometimes she has a lot of drool and was eating her fingers and if you give her your hand, she'll put it right in her mouth. So I think she might already be teething. She's been doing this for probably about a month. Okay, hold on. Lost sight of my kid. I can see his shadow. He's on the other side of this little rock wall. She is not sleeping through the night. She had a stretch where she was doing like 6 hours straight for a few weeks, and now she's back to waking up like every 3 to 4 hours. But I think it's because she's growing so much and still needing calories throughout the night. So I'm pretty tired these days. As you can see, she can hold her head up. She does not like tummy time, but she's really strong. She can like push her whole upper body up, and she's rolled over a couple times on accident from her tummy to her back and scared herself. So she hasn't done it often and definitely not on purpose yet. What else? What else do we want to tell the people about you? Yes? I see it. How do I do that? I'll be in the lighthouse in a little bit then. He wants me to climb up on the stuff. Okay. Okay, Ryder. He's into Paw Patrol these days, and he's pretending he's Ryder. Yes. Yes. You wanna be on the video? I'm talking to people. You wanna tell them the name of the pups? No. Okay, you don't have to. So what else? Give me some questions. What do you guys want to know about her? Because I'm like doing this off the top of my head, so I'm sure I'm forgetting some things for our update. Um, yeah, not sleeping through the night. Okay, so breastfeeding. It was just as challenging. Well, challenging the same as with baby Joy Chaser because I don't make enough. But she liked to nurse. I would say she liked to nurse until like this week, and she's starting to get frustrated with nursing, getting mad about how much is coming out. I think it's because she started daycare, which is a huge blessing because I wasn't sure if daycare was going to be available before I had to go back to work, and it was actually available earlier. So she has started daycare, and so there she is getting bottles more. I won't say she's getting more. The number of bottles isn't more, but when she was home during the day, I would nurse her and then give a bottle to top her off because I didn't make enough for her meal. But there, she's just straight getting the bottle. So she's nursing in the morning, and the first week she wanted to nurse as soon as she got home. This week, when I go to nurse her, unless it's first thing in the morning when she's waking up, she gets frustrated. Like she'll nurse a little bit, and it's like she gets pissed off that it's not coming fast enough or not as much. So I'm probably gonna have to pump more to keep my supply. Um, But I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. I'm trying to just not stress about it. Fed is best, and any breast milk I make is, I feel like, a nice bonus for her. So she's having about 4 ounces, or maybe a little bit more sometimes for meal, but haven't gone up from there. And so the most interesting thing, and probably be most embarrassing for her when she gets older, she is such a stinky baby. She has the worst gas, and it smells like a whole grown up. Like, what is going on? And it doesn't seem to make a difference whether it's breast milk or formula or the gentle formula. It is terrible. The gas is terrible, but the good thing is it doesn't seem to bother her. Like it doesn't hurt. With her first couple weeks, it seemed like she had some times where the gas actually hurt her stomach, but she is completely unbothered. So it's really torturous who's ever around, not her. What matters? What matters? Hold on. Oh, yeah, you pulling my hair. So yeah, she can be feisty. Yeah, you want to be on the video?
No, I just need a drink.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta wait a minute because I don't know if I have one in this bag. Okay. Baby Joy Chaser is asking for a drink. Let's see. Will you do that? Come over this way where I can see you, Andrew. Okay, pretend y'all didn't hear that. Little boy, come this way. Come. Do you want to go home? Then I need you to be listening this way. I need you to be where I can see you. Well, you better have to hope that the birds come over this way. Over there. Or sit here. You want to be on talk with us?
No.
Okay. I know. Oh, sister. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ryder.
You're welcome, Ryder.
No, I said you're welcome.
Oh, well, I said, okay, yes, you say you're welcome. All right. We'll see how long this video goes. It's already getting a little discombobulated here. You want to be in it?
What's my drink?
Okay. So, yeah, the gas doesn't seem to bother her at all, which is a good thing. So, I'm not gonna worry too much. I mentioned to the pediatrician, and they said it's just like that sometimes. So I was thinking maybe, they said their digestive systems are small. Oh gosh, hold on. Now my aunt's calling. All right, guys. I feel like this live is a failure. I'm gonna go. Stay on here. My phone was ringing. I thought it was gonna knock the live out, but it stayed on. So we'll stay on and keep for a little bit. Um, but yeah, so that's like the only thing about her that I've had any concerns. It's just like the gassiness. And you hear she talks. She babbles a lot. She seems very social. If you look her in her eyes and talk to her, she will absolutely talk back to you and have a full-on conversation in baby talk. I don't know what she thinks she's saying, but she will go on and on talking. So she's doing great. Okay, so now to me, I'm not doing great. I admit I'm doing. I think I'm just doing okay. Um, I think I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned it here or in like a video clip that I haven't loaded or whatever, but I've been having some postpartum anxiety. I had it with baby joy chaser, but I didn't know what it was. I see somebody still watching with me. Is that you still, Miss Jessica? um, but yeah, so with him, after he was born, I would like look at him and I would cry, and I would think, oh my gosh, like I'm going to ruin him and whatnot. And I didn't even know about postpartum anxiety. I knew about postpartum depression, but I didn't even know that postpartum anxiety was a thing. So I wasn't, on the lookout for it. So about a couple years ago, I learned that postpartum anxiety was a thing. So when I started having a lot of more anxious thoughts, I'm prone to anxiety naturally, but when I started having more anxious thoughts than normal, I decided like, okay, I probably need to see a therapist. So I've been talking to a therapist every other week for a few weeks now, and that's been helping a lot. But I was having anxious thoughts like, so like if somebody took baby joy chaser, like, out to spend time with him, like family, I would worry like, what if they got in an accident? What if something bad happened? And like I couldn't relax until they came back. And it wasn't that I would be anxious about things that were not possible to happen. Like, yeah, your kid can get in an accident while they're with someone else, but like the odds of it happening and the amount of worry I was having didn't match up. Then every little ache and pain that I get, I think that like I'm gonna die. Like not exaggerating, but like I think like, oh my gosh, what if this is wrong, that is wrong, oh my goodness, what if I die? And like those thoughts would kind of be consuming a little bit, and then they would start to interrupt my sleep. Like I would feel like I couldn't sleep at night. And if you guys remember from when I had baby joy chaser, when I was pregnant with him, I developed that racing heart condition. And so I would be getting ready for bed and I would think my heart was racing, but it wasn't. So I would have to take my pulse to know that it wasn't racing. So I just realized like, okay, I'm really having some anxiety struggles. And so I have been seeing a therapist, and that's helping a lot. It's good to talk about these things. And she says like anxious thoughts, you can't ignore them. You gotta like acknowledge them and whatnot. Because if you try to ignore them, it makes it worse. So I think it's helpful to see a therapist, but yeah, it's definitely not like great. In addition to that, like I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Normal sleep deprived of having, you know, a newborn. No, I don't know when they stop being newborns, but I think as long as they're not sleeping at night, they still feel like newborns. So normal tiredness for someone who has to wake up several times a night to feed a baby. Oh, thanks for thumbs up. Yeah, if you're watching, please thumbs up the video. I always forget to say stuff like that. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And you can hit the notification bell so when I do these random lives or post videos other times, you'll know. But
Mom,
yes.
can I walk onto the slide?
in a little bit because I didn't bring it with me and I'm doing this video right now. So I'll get it in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, what else about me? So, baby Joy Chaser. Yes, hello, Neil Soul Writer. Yes, I was just saying she likes to talk and she will babble and babble and babble. If you make eye contact with her and talk, she will talk back. It'll be like a whole conversation. So, yes, she definitely likes to talk. Um, so, baby Joy Chaser has been having a bit of a rough time adjusting. Oh, gosh. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Little boy, come back over here. Come back over here. Do you want to leave? All right, we're going to leave because you're not listening. Stay over here. But they're doing something. Stay over here. Stay over here. All right, we're going to go. Yeah, we're going to leave because you're not listening. Okay, well then play. Stay over here. All right, so baby Joy Chaser has been having a hard time adjusting to sharing me and not giving my undivided attention. So I've been saying like he's been, you know, 4-year-olding real hard. Some of it's normal, like now, like not listening sometimes, pushing boundaries. I know that that's normal for this age as they try to learn, what the boundaries of the family and stuff are and whatnot. But he's definitely been having a more of a hard time um, being a single mom by choice, right? One dynamic when you bring another baby in is it's very hard to have one-on-one time, and it's important for the kids to have one-on-one time with their parents, right? But it's harder to do when it's just you. Um, so I think that's been part of it. And I noticed that all right now he's looking at me and not listening and running over there where I told him not to because he knows that I'm doing this. So anytime he knows I'm doing something that I don't want to just stop what I'm doing, or I can't just stop what I'm doing, like if I'm breastfeeding her, he will do something that he's not supposed to be doing to try and get my attention. So that has been challenging. And then it's not a great combination with me being sleep deprived. So me being sleep deprived and him acting out. Yeah, so between him being, acting out a little bit and me being sleep deprived, the patience is not always there, not as patient as I would like to be. So, he's definitely been having some challenges and was acting out a little bit at school here or there. Um, so, Neil Soul Writer says this is his first time being a big brother and being four. If I haven't already, I'll find balance between giving both kids their one-on-one time. I think I will. It's just hard to give the one-on-one time because I would need someone else to watch them. So one benefit, like I was saying, for those who came on a little later, missed the beginning, baby sister started daycare. They're at the same daycare. And so one perk, sorry guys, I'm trying to get this camera set up a little better. So one perk has been now I can like put her in and then take him out and spend some time, and like vice versa. Um, then my cousin, his godmom, she did come one evening, and then me and him went to dinner. We had like a little mom and son date. So I'm trying. It's just not happening frequently yet, but we'll get into some kind of rhythm. Like this is all still new. She's still brand new to the world, and we're figuring it out. But he's definitely been having some challenges. But the good thing is he loves her. Like he really does love his sister, almost too much. So another thing is like he'll want to wake her up. And if you have a little baby who doesn't sleep through the night and you're tired, the last thing you want is them to be woken up but he does wake her up sometime, and it's like, oh, so frustrating. But he's like, well, I want to play with her, or I'm not waking her up, I'm just giving her kisses. And it's like, oh my gosh. So trying to, you know, not lose my temper, or let my frustrations show, because I know he's just trying to love on her. So that's been challenging. And like, but people have asked, like I know some of you who are watching now or who will watch later have already asked me, like in my DMs or whatever on different social media, how is it going with two? And I give an honest answer. I say it's going okay. Um, I say there are. Hold on, I'm like losing my voice. Sorry, guys. I think because we're sitting out here in this little park that the allergies are like, oh, okay, let's get her. Um, but yes, I'll answer honestly. My honest answer has been like, I'm doing okay. And I say, there are times every single day, multiple times a day, where they both need me. And that is a very overwhelming feeling. But there are also times every single day where they are really, really, really cute together or individually or both. And then that makes you feel like it was all worth it. So I know it's worth it, and that's just how it is. I think that's probably true of all parents who have more than one kid. Like, they all need you, and there'll be times where they both need you simultaneously, and you got to figure out whose needs are more urgent. So yeah, so that's what it's like. Let me know some questions, because I'm sure I'm forgetting things that I would want to say, because like I said, this was an impromptu, because we were sitting out here and I was like, oh, the last time we were here I went live, and I was like, oh, I should go live again. And I've been meaning to upload videos and stuff. I have a lot of clips and things on my phone, but I'm gonna put together, but I haven't done a video. So let me know in the chat what comments or questions, so that after I'm done, I don't be like, oh man, I didn't tell them about this. So another thing that has been going on that has been a challenge is the dad question. So the dad topic has come up a lot, I would say, in the last 6 months or so, and with increasing frequency from Baby Tree Chaser. So I think it's a combination of daycare, um, and just him being aware, and then now having a sister. He's aware he's the only boy in the house, and then he stayed with my brother and my nephew, and I have 4 nephews, 3 of which who live there. So there's a lot of testosterone over at that house, and then coming back to our house, which is, I guess, filled with feminine energy. He's keenly aware that he's a boy and the only boy, and so he has, asked about a dad. And so I told him, you have a donor. The all families are different, and he seems upset about it sometimes, which is sad for me, because you don't want your kid to be upset about anything. But all families are different, and this is just what our family is. And him and baby sister have the same donors to their full siblings. So I just try to reinforce all families are different, but he definitely is aware. And then at daycare, it's, I would say it's like a society blessing and then like a personal curse in a way. So when I was coming up, there were, all kinds of families, just like there are now, but there were way more single parent families, and families where there was not a dad in the house than my circle now. So I I guess I don't want to say account for it, but like, I think I'm surprised at how aware he is. And like, a lot of the dads related to the daycare come pick up their kids. Like, the fathers today are so much more active than past generations, which is great. Like, that is great for society and those families. Not so great for my kid, who is like, well, where's my dad? So I'm just reinforcing that all families are different, and like, how much he's loved, and my desire for him was from love, and we'll just go from there. And like I said, we all go to therapy for something. So when that might be something he goes to therapy to work through. um, but that has been you know an interesting challenge this coming up. Like, I knew it would come up. I think I expected it to come up when he was a little older and better able to understand. But he'll understand more and more as he gets older, and his understanding of the world increases. But one thing that I do notice is that he does. When he'll say, "I want my dad," but I notice he says that when I'm getting on his nerves. So like when I'm not letting him do what he wants to do, or so for example, so we stayed in a hotel this time. Normally we stay at my aunt's, but it was so last minute, and I knew my uncle was already staying with them. So I was like, we're just gonna get a hotel. Plus, I'm coming with 2 kids now. We need more space, so we got a hotel. So last night he's playing with his truck, and he's rolling it on the floor, and which is pretty quiet on the carpet, but part of the hotel floor is not carpet. So I know that that's going to be loud for the people below us, and it was late. It was like 10 or 11 at night, probably. Come here. They're doing something. They're doing something together. They're playing football. You need to stay over here. Okay? They're having practice, okay? So there's a dad and a son over here playing football. Yes.
Why how we clean the lookout?
In a little bit, I'm feeding sister.
Okay. Well, then I'll clean it.
Okay. So I was telling him, like, you can't ride your truck. You can't play with your truck right now on the floor. You got to keep it on the bed. And he was so angry. I want to ride it on the floor. And I'm like, why? I'm like, it's too late. It's loud noise. People below us, it'll be disturbing them. And he was so angry. And he was really sleepy. He was really, really sleepy and cranky. And now I'm not letting him play with this truck how he wants to. So then he's like, I want my dad. So I'm like, okay, I think this is part of him, like, your kids know you, right? They know what to say to get under your skin. So I think he's like, okay, you're not being nice. I'm going to say I wanted my dad, because I guess he thinks if there was a dad here, the dad would give him his way. So it's just interesting. So my response, I was like, well, you got me. But that's been, kind of a new challenge. So it's just, I think there's a lot going on for baby Joy Chaser right now. A lot of adjustments. Then there's been a lot of change. He doesn't do too great with change, which I learned, through the daycare process each year, moving up from a different class. He always took longer to adjust than what is typical. So, a new sister is a big change. Mommy can't just drop everything and do what you want her to do all the time is a big change. Um, then his best friend at daycare started kindergarten this September, so that kid's not there anymore. And he had a hard time with that. I would ask how his day was, and he would just say that, the so and so kid wasn't there, and then he'd just be sad. So that's a change. One of the teachers at daycare left. They had been short staffed, and so now they're like fully staffed, which is great. But there's a lot of new faces, so lots of change for him. So he's been struggling a bit, but hold on, come from over there. Um, but he's still his energetic self. He's still funny. He's not having, like, sleep issues or food issues or anything where I would feel like, oh my gosh, he needs, like, this is all too much. I think this is all just growing pains. Our family's growing. He's growing up, becoming more aware of the world and differences from between himself and others, and learning what it is for people, friends to come in and out of your life. So it's just a lot, and he's 4, and hey, this is life, and he's getting his little 4-year-old taste of it. So, but that's definitely been a challenge. So, yeah, so that's kind of how we're all doing. I'm trying to think, what else should I be sharing with you? Oh, so how am I? Physically, okay. So postpartum physically, um, So I have less aches and pains. Well, I still have different aches and pains. So after baby Joy Chaser, I still had that ligament pain for almost 2 years. I would have that round ligament pain randomly, like if I was on my feet too long or exercised too hard. And then it finally went away just a little bit after he turned 2. And now, with this baby, I didn't have round ligament pain when I was pregnant with her. I didn't have it. With him, I had it toward the end. Like every time I would take a step, it would hurt. I didn't have it with her, and I don't have that pain after. Come back here where I can see you. Um, so I don't have those pains, but I do have more pain in my knees. Um, yeah, so that's not great. Weight wise, so I had lost weight after I had her, and now since then I have gained back weight. um, so I haven't quite gained back like my pregnancy weight, but quite a bit of it. I think it's just from not sleeping, and then sometimes I'm up with her at night, like I'm snacking, which is not great. And then like I just been having this anxiety and stress, and so I've definitely not been eating well. Plus, just trying to like figure out a routine with 2 kids, like how to maintain a home and get meals and like a lot of eating out. So yeah, so my weight is up, and that's not great. But I'm back to working out. I had I won't say like vigorous workouts, but I'm back to being active. I had my 6-week postpartum, and everything looked good, and I was given okay for all normal activities. So I got back to like walking, and now that she's even before she was in daycare, I was started walking 3 to 4 times a week. So that felt good, just to be out in nature, walking. Yes. I don't want to be a dog. I don't want to be a dog. He went. Do I want to be his dog? Be his dog at the lookout. I think he's playing Paw Patrol. All right, I'll be there in a minute. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. You want to come say hi? You want dogs? Well, we have a cat. We have Buttercup. I forgot what I was saying. So my blood pressure was back to normal, which was great. Remember, it was going up toward the end of the pregnancy and all that, and that's why I had her. I got induced state at 37 weeks. So blood pressure is normal. I will admit that I have not done the right thing, and I have been putting off my endocrinologist appointment because I feel like, see, don't be like me, y'all, right? So I'm like, let me get my eating together and more manageable and under control, and back to whatever my normal is before I go. And then I'll go, because then my numbers, my blood work won't be so bad, right? And I know logically I shouldn't be that way, but I don't know. I guess I'm following emotion. And so I haven't been to that appointment to see if the gestational, I'm trying to see the chat. I know oh, there he goes. Um, so yes, I haven't been to that appointment. I did go to the cardiologist, and they did what is that? An EKG, I think they do on like a visit, and that was good. He had no concerns. I'm still taking the same medicine. I'm gonna stick with that. And she fell asleep. I'm trying to get a burp. She was having her bottle. So she still falls asleep.
Mommy,
eating.
this is the truck stop.
I see it. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, that's how. So that's pretty much how we're all doing. Miss Neo Soul Writer said, "Give myself grace on the sleep deprived part." Yeah, I'm trying to like not beat myself up about things, and that's why. So if you weren't watching in the beginning, I was saying I was having some postpartum anxiety, and I've been talking to a therapist every couple of weeks, and she definitely reminded me to give myself more grace, and I've been trying to do that. but it's hard. It's hard when your, I won't say expectations, but like your desire for how you want things to go, don't match up with how they actually go. Like I think of that. I don't know if y'all watch The Wire, but there's a part in The Wire where the one drug dealer, Marlo, I think Marlo Stansfield, I think that's his name, whatever his name is, he says to somebody like, you want it to be one way but it's the other way. And so it's hard when like you want it to be one way but it's the other way. And I'm trying to not beat myself up about that, but it is a bit challenging. um because like I want us to have more like home cooked meals and like healthier meals, but like who gonna do all that? That's only me, right? So, and then like once work starts, our evenings are gonna be super short. So, exactly. She says I'm
Mommy,
outnumbered. Yes.
maybe Katie.
I don't know, Katie.
Katie is a girl.
She's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. And see, this is the other challenge too. So like right now she's falling asleep. So we're at the playground for baby Dre Chaser to have fun. But he wants me to play on all the things. I can't play on the things because I have to hold her, and she doesn't like to be she. Oh, that's I could share that with y'all. She hates the car, and she doesn't like to be strapped in. You can say hi now.
No.
Oh, why are you pushing me out the frame? Um, So it's not like if I put her in this car seat, she's gonna sleep and I can like run around. So I feel like I'm having to say no to him a lot, like way more than I like to. And so that's a challenge too. But yeah, most babies like the car and fall asleep. She did not like the car. So she was born in June. So from June until I would say the second week of September. Okay, don't wake her up. She would cry every car ride and almost the whole car ride. So that is super challenging. So once the weather broke, I would say it is about the second week of September and it got cool, she stopped crying. So I realized, oh, she was probably hot. She was probably hot back
Mommy,
there because with the car seat,
Mommy,
yes.
I have to bring my Paw Patroller out.
Okay, we'll get it in a minute.
I'll get it.
You can't get it. How you can't? Okay, go ahead, try. Maybe the car is unlocked. This little boy, he wants his car. Okay, the door was unlocked. I didn't lock the car door. He wants his toy truck. Um, yeah, I think she was hot from the car seat facing backwards, and I would try and crank the AC up, and then I'll probably, I thought maybe I needed that her arms were flailing, how their arms flail a lot when they're little. So I would have her, the blanket would tuck in her arms, and she was way too hot, and I didn't realize that till the weather. But so now she's been better with the car. So
Mommy,
yes,
I brought my truck out.
I know. Good. Is Marshall in there?
Yeah.
You want to show them your truck?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you do. But why are you running away? Um. So yes, with him being, come back over here. Come back over here where I can see you. He is determined to try. So there's a dad and his son here, and they're doing like a football practice. It's clearly a practice. Like they're not just playing. The dad has this boy doing like drills and things like that. And baby Joy Chaser is determined to make friends with them and play football with them. And they nice to answer his question, but they clearly didn't invite him to play because they're like on their own. They're doing their own thing, and he is just not getting it. um. Oh, so I was saying, so he's been maximum 4-year old, pushing the boundaries and all that lovely stuff that is normal but challenging. So I felt like we were arguing like every day. Like I'm arguing with this little boy every day. Like this is not okay. So I was like, let me read some parenting books. So I've just finished reading, or actually listened to the audiobook of the Hunter-Gatherer Parenting, and I really liked it. And it talked about she called it a team approach, and team stood for togetherness. Like this was just supposed to focus on togetherness, encouragement, The A is for autonomy. So autonomy is letting them do things on their own, but not necessarily independence, because they still you still want them to be like to focus on like the togetherness and the values of the family and of like your community and culture, but letting them do things on their own as much as makes sense. And then the M was for minimize, like minimize. So I end up with a whole list of things to minimize, but minimize um, direction. So try not to overly be telling kids what to do. Minimize praise, which was interesting. Um, I forget, I don't want to quote the book and get it wrong, but basically they were saying that like American people or Western people, we praise kids a little too much, because then they start to only want to do things for the praise, and they lose that sense of like intrinsic value for things, like doing things because they want to do it, or because it's what they've been conditioned to do, because it's an important value for the family or community. And it was interesting because I noticed right after I got through that part of the book, one day, I think I had told him don't do his truck in a certain part of the house. And
It's the Paw Patroller.
yes, the paw patroller. And so he was listening, but then he was like, Mommy, look, I'm listening. Like he wanted the praise for listening as opposed to listening just because you're supposed to listen to your mom. So it was interesting. Like, it felt like it kind of proved the point. Good burp. I don't know if y'all heard that. It was like a whole almost grown up burp. You okay?
Yeah, that's the street. And that's
Listen, don't go out there where cars come with that, okay? Because there's not many cars now, but a car could come. Um, So it was like minimize. So minimize, basically like minimize control. Like try not to be telling kids what to do other than what's necessary. Minimize praise. So we don't want to just be praising like, oh my gosh, you washed your hands, you're amazing. Like you're supposed to wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, kind of thing. Like don't overly praise. So I've been also minimizing TV, minimize toys. Because the less distractions you have in the house, the more they want to do what you're doing, and then that helps with that autonomy piece, because then they start to learn how to do things around the house. Yes.
the street. And that's the sidewalk.
Okay. So instead of like waiting till they're asleep, which is something I had done, waiting till they're asleep or not in the house to do all your housework, do it when they're around so they see you doing it. And then if you don't have as much TV on or toys, instead of being distracted by that, they will actually want to know what you're doing, and then they'll learn to do things around the house. And while it might be annoying in the beginning because you have to show them how to do stuff, and they'll probably make more of a mess initially, but as they grow older, we lost the shoe. As they grow older, they will know how to do things because they've been watching you since they were little, as opposed to never seeing you clean the house and then just the house is always clean. And then when they're older, you're mad that they don't chip in.
Mommy,
Yes.
Mommy, how am I doing?
Okay, you got to come up here. Put your foot up here. Let me see if I could do it with one hand. You lost the shoe. Put your foot this way. You might have to stand. Stand and put your foot up here. Up. Put your foot up. Okay. Uh-oh, we got a bee over here near us. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Stop. Don't freak out. If you freak out, that's what makes the bee sting. Let's just move away. All right, bee. Be back, guys. We got a bee. And we don't want this to get stung. Don't swing at it. If you swing at a bee, that's what makes it. Yeah, you sit down. Sit down. All right. I think the bee went away. Put your foot up. See, this is the other challenge. Trying to do everything with one hand is not good. Here, can you fix the bottom part of the shoe? There you go. All right.
Oh, Marshall's ready to go.
All right. Bee crisis averted. But anyway, I like that book, and I've been trying to implement some of those principles, and we have had less debating, less boundary pushing. think part of that is me not not telling him what to do as much, only when necessary. So then there's less reason for us to be kind of going back and forth. So anyway, I recommend the book Hunter Gatherer Parenting. I just got it from the library, so I just downloaded the audio from the library app. So I'm sure you could probably find it at your library. Um, what else? What else, guys? All right. Oh man. Hi, Miss Lex. She said she had pain in her back for a year. Yeah, man. Being carrying a child is no joke. Like I really had that ligament pain for 2 years, and I was like concerned. And I remember going to like my regular primary. Like it wasn't all the time, but it was enough. And she was like, well, it takes approximately 2 years for all of your organs and everything in your body to really get back in position. And I was like, okay. And she was right. Like, baby Joy Chaser's birthday is in April, and I remember it was like that June, and I had like a really good workout, and I was like, oh my gosh, no pain. And that ligament pain basically went away. I had it maybe once or twice when I was pregnant, but not like when I was pregnant with him. But I guess, each pregnancy is different. Um, okay, some people, I heard him talking. I'm like, who's he talking to? I think there's a little girl over there. I can't do that right now. So he wants me to go do the swings. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like I'm always telling him I can't do stuff. Like, you could probably count and how many times in this video I've already said I can't do stuff. Then I feel bad, like, okay, because I'm doing a video, but I haven't done a video in so long. So it's not like I'm always doing videos, and that's why. So, but yeah, it's definitely challenging. Trying to manage too. Yes, Neil Soul Rider says you're outnumbered and both kids want their mom. Absolutely, they do. And she says just remember that you have to find your routine for your family. Yes, so we do have to find our routine. And then, like, the one thing about parenting, as soon as you find a routine, they outgrow it or something changes. So it's like ever evolving. It's definitely not static. Now he done locked himself into this swing, so eventually I'm going to have to go over there and get him out of it. But he's talking to somebody, another little kid. Neil Silver says, hopefully same time next year I'll be a mom of two. By that time my daughter will be 6. I lost it. Go back. I'm okay with the age difference because getting the second baby won't be as easy as I got the first. Yeah, so that's a good age. I think this age. All right, in a little bit, because she's sleeping. And I might have to go do this swing in a minute. Yeah, I think their age difference is 4 years. I think that's pretty good. I think yours will be even better because a 6-year-old will understand even more. And maybe with having a daughter, she might, like, baby Joy Chaser will say that's my baby, but he don't really want to help a lot. Like, he'll help here or there, but you hear stories like, oh my gosh, my oldest like loves to do everything and help with the pampers and help with the body. He don't. He'd be like, I'm busy. I can't. Sometimes it is very frustrating because sometimes I really do need him to stop what he's doing and help me, and he don't want to. And sometimes that's like a whole little argument. I got threatened to take away a toy or something. Am I still working from home? I thank God I'm still on maternity leave, which is a huge blessing because, like I said, she's not sleeping through the night, and my mental clarity is not there, especially for the type of work I do, which is very mentally a lot of mental heavy lifting. It's not a lot of physical work, but a lot of mental labor. So I'm glad I don't have to be at work yet, because even though she has now been in daycare, this was the second week that just passed, I mentally do not feel prepared or ready to be back to full thought process. I find that I lose my train of thought often, and twice we left a car door open. So yeah, thank goodness I am still maternity leave, but I believe they still, like, they're having people come into the office a bit more, but they still not full time. Oh, she says Miss Lexus says brother, sister really favorite. Yes, they do. And I don't have my stroller with me. I have my because I knew we were going to be like checking into a hotel and I had all our overnight stuff. I brought the wagon with me, which I can connect her car seat to. But like I was saying, she hates the car seat. So I had her in the car seat while I was here. But then she started crying and wanting to get out. So I know she's asleep now. As soon as I go to put her in this car seat, she's going to be crying. So that's what makes it challenging. Plus, at this playground, where the swings are, is not on the flat surface. So that would be hard to take that wagon over there anyway. So I might just have to hold her and push him with one hand if he's still doing the swing at that time. But I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be here because we've been here almost an hour, I think. Yeah, probably about an hour because I've been on this live now for 52 minutes. So, uh, yes, I have a wagon. That's definitely been a great purchase. I don't know. I have to show it to y'all. It's a Jeep. No, it's not a Jeep. The person who recommended me, recommended that I get a wagon when I was told her I was pregnant with the second baby, but has a Jeep one. I got a baby trend one because that's the kind of the kind of car seat that I have, and it connects to it. It is the best thing because it holds like over 100 pounds. So I can have her in the car seat in it, and then I can have him in another side. So like when we do certain outings, like we went to a festival, and it was at nighttime, and a lot of people. I could have and just this weekend we went to Linville Orchards here in Pennsylvania for Pumpkin Land. We got pumpkins and stuff for fall. Oh gosh, he already got some little girl picking him up. He really is a people person, which is a great thing. But he's still trying to learn like some social skills. So like he wasn't understanding that like that father and son on the other side are doing their own thing. They're not trying to engage with other people. But now he found another kid to play with, so that's good. But anyway, back to the wagon. That has been the best purchase because I was able to keep him in the wagon, have both of them in it, and not have to worry about him running around. And it can hold all our stuff. Like I had our suitcase, it was our small suitcase, and then like all our food, like snacks and formula and a jug of water and all the stuff you need when you have little kids, even for just an overnight. And I had that wagon, and so that's been really comes in handy. So I have that with me and not a stroller. So let me share something else funny before I log off here and forget about it. So how about Baby Joy Chaser just realized that his online name is Baby Joy Chaser. Um, so another thing. So the reason he found that out, I think, is because guess who was in Philly? And you're gonna eventually see either when either of us get our clips uploaded. But Tamika TTC was here, and we got to hang out, and Baby Joy Chaser got to meet Baby G, and it was so great. They hit it off so fast and had such a good time. And so we both did like a little clip showing that we were hanging out that we'll eventually upload for you guys to see. And so I'm like, oh, Baby Joy Chaser's there, baby sister there. I think he heard her say it because then I think it was either that same night or the next day. He was like, Mom, who is Baby Joy Chaser? I was like, that's you. I said, that's your name for on when I'm talking about you to strangers. And he was like, oh, okay. And then his godmom was over when we went to do the pumpkin thing, and she told I wasn't in the room, and so she told me, she was like, yeah, he told her like, hey, my name is Baby Joy Chaser. That's what my mom calls me when she's on the phone. So I was like, oh. So that's been so funny, like he's been calling himself Baby Joy Chaser. And when I don't think it occurred to me that he didn't realize that I was talking about him, but he definitely knows now, so it was funny. But yeah, so that was funny. I figured I wanted to share that, and that came about because Tamika TTC was in town. So that was great. It was a couple other ladies who were planning to come this way. I'm not sure, but it was so last minute. I ended up not being able to meet some of the other TTC sisters from like our YouTube community. But that was nice to see. What happened? Come here. Oh, he got an owie, which is inevitable at the playground. Come here. The little girl said, "Are you all right?" He said, "No." But he he wasn't so injured that he didn't go pick his toy up. So I think he's okay.
He was playing with his Papago,
Uh-huh.
with his truck, and I think he kind of fell off the truck.
Oh, thank you for telling me. Thank you for helping
You're
him.
welcome.
You all right?
No.
Come here, let me see it. You need me to kiss it? No kisses?
No, I didn't need to scrape it off.
Oh, you rubbing it off? All right.
We became friends.
Oh, that's so
I'm
nice.
7 years old.
You're 7? Oh, you're such a big girl. So,
I'm in 2nd grade.
you're in 2nd grade.
Mommy.
Wow.
Mommy,
Yes.
I'm trying to clean my track, but no.
Okay.
No.
All right, guys. I know, Sandra. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you,
But
but
she did sit on it.
I have little people over here talking to me now. So I think our live is over. I will chat with you guys later. Thanks so much for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe,
Mommy,
hit the bell, and share
she's working.
if that's what you want to do.
Show me, Mom.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Show me,
Bye.
Mommy. Mommy.